اجعلنا نخشاك كأننا نراك وأسعدنا بتقواك وجملنا برؤياك أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. One of the 99 beautiful names of Allah is Ar-Raqib, the ever watchful. Every creature is under the constant watch and continuous surveillance of Allah. This watch never ceases and is never interrupted. This sense of being under Allah's constant watch is called Al-Muraqaba, which is the belief that we are being watched by Allah at all times, and the sense of shyness and effort to avoid and abstain from all evil and vice. Once a Muslim realizes he or she is under the constant watch of Allah, he tries his best to show respect and reverence to the one who is watching, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, in public or in private, and on all occasions. And this is why Ibrahim al-Khawwas defines Muraqaba as khulusu sirri wal-alani lillahi jalla fi'ulah, while Ibn al-Qayyim rahmatullahi alayh in Madarij al-Salikin defines it as dawamu ilmi al-abdi wa tayakkunihi bittila'i al-haqqi subhanahu wa ta'ala ala dhakhirihi wa batinihi. This feeling develops into him a deep and heightened sense of divine awareness that brings with it a higher level of piety. So today I share with you stories of individuals who exhibited these impeccable qualities, hoping that if we will imbibe and try to portray these qualities, they can be the means of our salvation on the day of Qiyamah. Abdullah ibn Umar was once going out of Medina with his servants. A shepherd, grazing some goats, passed by and greeted them with salam. Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu invited him to eat with them, but he said, "I am fasting." To test him, Ibn Umar said, "We want to buy a goat. Tell us the price and let's pay you. We will sacrifice the goat and also give some of the meat to you." The shepherd replied, "Ana mamluk mu'taman." They are not mine. I look after them for my master. To test him further, he said, "Bi'na min hadhihi shiyah wa kulli al-malik akalahu dhi'ib." That is, sell some of them to us and tell your master that it was attacked by a fox. The shepherd said, "Words that should be written with ink of gold and engraved on stone so that it can be remembered till the day of Qiyamah. In qultu lil maliki akalahu dhi'ib famadha aqulu lillah." If I said this to my master, who does not see me, what will I say to Allah when he asks me about it on the day of judgment? Abdullah ibn Umar admired the attitude of this shepherd so much that when he returned back to Medina, he went to the master of this slave, bought from him the slave and the goods, freed the slave and gave the goods to him as a gift. And he said a word to him, "Kalimatun i'taqatka fi dunya arju an tu'tikaka yawma an talqah." These precious words that call for your emancipation, I hope it will emancipate you on the day you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This was the condition of the shepherds of that time, that even in the middle of the jungle, they worried about Allah watching them. I share with you another story of a youngster who said, "I was walking by night and my gaze fell on a strange woman, and I was drawn towards her. I tried to lure and invite her, since it was a bright night with shining stars, and I said, 'Ma yarona illa al-kawakib,' come close to me. Nobody is seeing us, we are only exposed to the stars." She said, "Fa aina mukawkibuha." If you say we are only exposed to the stars, then where is the creator of the stars? Allahu Akbar. I wish this can be the response of our young ladies these days when they are being invited by the youngsters to sin evil and vice. Ya mudmin adh-dhanbi ama tastahi, Allah fil khalwati thanik. إذا همت النفس بالمعصية فذكرها بنظر الله لا يكن الله أهون الناظرين إليك. The last story I will share with you is the story of Aslam, where he narrated that one night I was in the company of Umar during one of his night tour to survey the condition of his people. Umar felt tired and leaned against a wall. فسمع امرأة تقول لبنيتها يا ابنتاه قومي إلى ذلك اللبن فامذكيه بالماء. He overheard a woman saying to her daughter, "My daughter, get that milk and mix it with water. That is, go and dilute the milk with water." The daughter replied, "Mom, do you not hear the resolution of Amirul Mu'minin today?" The mother asked, "What was his resolution, daughter?" She replied, "Inna Amirul Mu'minina Umar naha an masjid labana bilma." Umar ordered his scholar to announce that milk should not be diluted with water. The mother asked, "Wa aina Umar hatta yarona?" Then where is Umar now? He is not here, so he cannot see us. My daughter, go get the milk and dilute it with water, for you are in a sight where neither Umar nor his scholar can see you. فقالت المؤمنة الموكنة بنظر الله إن كان عمر لا يرانا فرب عمر يرانا. She said, "Oh mom, be sure that even if Umar cannot see us, then the Lord of Umar is here and can see us." Umar heard all of that, so he said to Aslam, "Oh Aslam, mark the door and remember this place." So he continued with his night's watch. When it was morning, Umar radiallahu anhu said to Aslam, "Oh Aslam, go to that place and find out who was the speaker, who did she address, and does she have a husband?" Aslam said, "So I went to the same spot and found out that the young woman was single with no husband, and the speaker was her mother, and they did not have any male relative. I went back to Umar and told him." Umar then called all his sons and asked, "Hal fikum man yahtaju ila imra'atin?" Does any one of you need a wife? So I will get him married. ولو كان بأبيكم حركة إلى النساء ما سبقه فيكم أحد إلى هذه الجارية. Indeed, had your father been young and desirous of women, nobody would have superseded him to this young woman. So Abdullah, the eldest son, said, "I have a wife already, Dad." And the same was the answer of the second son. But the youngest among them, which is Asim, said, "Ya abata, la zawjata li fazawwijni." Dad, I do not have a wife, so get me married. Umar sent for the young woman and married her to Asim. So she was the grandmother of the fifth caliph, Umar bin Abdul Aziz. Allahu Akbar. وَالْبَلَدُ الطَّيِّبُ يَخْرُجُ نَبَاتُهُ بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِ وَالَّذِي خَبُثَ لَا يَخْرُجُ إِلَّا نَكِدًا. If only our businessmen and women of today will have this kind of excellent orientation and mindset, never to cheat or exploit others, then the world will have been a better place for all of us. Let's not forget the verse, وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ. Woe to those who give less in measure and weight. الَّذِينَ إِذَا اكْتَالُوا عَلَى النَّاسِ يَسْتَوْفُونَ. Those who, when they have to receive by measure from men, demand full measure. وَإِذَا كَالُوهُمْ أَوْ وَزَنُوهُمْ يُخْسِرُونَ. And when they have to give by measure or weight to others, they give less than due. أَلَا يَظُنُّ أُولَٰئِكَ أَنَّهُمْ مَبْعُوثُونَ. Do they not think that they will be resurrected for reckoning? لِيَوْمٍ عَظِيمٍ. On a great day. يَوْمَ يَقُومُ النَّاسُ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. The day when all mankind will stand before Allah, the Lord of the Alameen. On a final note, I want us to ponder on this. It is the saying of Umar. He used to say, لو هلكت شاة في أقصى العراق لعددت نفسي لها مسؤولة. If an animal or a lamb should die wrongly or unjustly in the most remote part of Iraq, I think I may be answerable to Allah for it on the day of Qiyamah. Imagine this spirit of accountability. If only our public office holders are as conscious of Allah as this, then nobody will embezzle the public funds meant to construct roads, develop rural areas, and bring about all other benefits for all. We hear and watch some of them collapsing or fainting before a panel made up of men like them, although we know the reality. Assuming but not conceding that the whole drama is real, what then do you think will happen to them the day they will stand before Allah, the Lord of the Alameen? أَلَا يَظُنُّ أُولَٰئِكَ أَنَّهُمْ مَبْعُوثُونَ لِيَوْمٍ عَظِيمٍ يَوْمَ يَقُومُ النَّاسُ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Go to Surah Al-Kahf and read this verse. وَوُضِعَ الْكِتَابُ فَتَرَى الْمُجْرِمِينَ مُشْفِقِينَ مِمَّا فِيهِ وَيَقُولُونَ يَا وَيْلَتَنَا مَا لِهَذَا الْكِتَابِ لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها ووجدوا ما عملوا حاضرا ولا يظلم ربك أحدا. And the book, that is their record, will be placed in the right hand for a believer and in the left for a disbeliever. And you will see the criminals fearful of that which is recorded therein for them. They will say, "Woe to us! What sort of book is this that leaves neither a small nor a big thing, but has recorded it with numbers?" And they will find all they did placed before them, and your Lord treats no one with injustice. زهدنا الله وإياكم في الحرام زهد من قدر عليه في الخلوة فعلم أن الله يراه فتركه من خشية الله. One person is saying لا تعصي ربك قائلا أو فائلا فكلاهما في الصحف مكتوبان احذر عقاب الله وارجو ثوابه حتى تكون كمن له قلبان. We pray Allah guide us to the right path and grant us from His favor. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.